But for those of you who are just tuning in, um, if you're struggling with meditation, maybe um, maybe you started like a meditation routine, or you started a meditation routine and you find yourself struggling to get anything out of it. Are you meditating and feeling like you have to like fight off negative thoughts, or you're making yourself wrong for having negative thoughts, right? I think one of the biggest problems I see, and the biggest mistakes that people make, and one of the biggest pitfalls people fall into when they're meditating, is that they think that they shouldn't be having any thoughts. And if they're having thoughts, that there's something wrong with them, or they're not doing it right. And here's the thing, and this video is just the fundamentals. It's really just the fundamentals. Is that you can't stop your thoughts. You cannot stop your thoughts. You're going to have thoughts pop up no matter what you do. And so when you set your goal to I'm just going to push away my thoughts, can you see why this would create frustration when it comes to uh trying to get something out of a meditation? Because if you're getting frustrated while you're meditating, then you're not doing it properly. So often what people do is they sit down and they try and push away the thoughts, push away the thoughts, push away the thoughts. And that's instinctive to us. It's like, if something hurts, if something's painful, let me push it away. And this is not the proper way to go about anything in life, because pushing implies there's resistance. And in order for you to keep this thing away, you have to keep pushing. And it's not about pushing when it comes to meditating or to eliminating things that are painful in life. It's about letting them go. And letting them go is very different than pushing things away. And in this case, thoughts. Now, what's the difference? Um, for those of you who are just getting into a meditation routine, what's the difference between pushing things away and letting them go? Well, pushing again implies resistance. So there's probably going to be resistance in you. You're going to be pushing against something. There's going to be some frustration. There's going to be probably making yourself wrong for things, making your mind wrong for things. And in order for you to be able to just let something go, let's say if a thought pops up in your mind, I'm such a burden, or I'm never gonna lose this weight, or I'm always gonna be alone, right? That one comes up a lot for a lot of my clients. I'm always gonna be alone. The proper way to let this go is actually by allowing it to be there. And in order for you to even get to this place where you can let things go, there's a meditation you have to do before you can get to this place of letting thoughts go. And so here's, like I said, this video is really for beginners. This is really for like, hey, I want to get into a meditation routine where I'm able to eliminate or heal my anxieties, or to feel better throughout my day. And you're not just doing it in the moment to get temporary relief. Like, we're talking about permanent change here, like permanent rewiring of your nervous system in real time. So in order to get to this place where I'm just going to I would just want to let this thought go, you have to allow the thought to be there in the first place. And so what I start clients with is, instead of going to this place where, okay, now you're going to let thoughts go, practice this first. Like, for a full month, practice just allowing your thoughts to like run rampant. Just allowing them to just look, whatever's coming up, just let it come up. If it can be self-destructive thoughts, it can be happy thoughts, it can be anxious thoughts. The key here is, since you're meditating, you're not participating in them. So before you can even get to this place of letting thoughts go, you have to be willing to allow them to be there and allowing them to come up. So I would say if you're beginning this, spend 15 to 20 minutes every day. Like every day. If you miss a day, you start over. Or this is about a compounding effect over time. So let's say you started tomorrow and you're going to do, I would suggest 20 minutes a day. That's where I started. You certainly don't have to. If that feels like a stretch, you can do 15. And if that feels like a stretch, you can always do 10. But I would recommend a minimum of 15 minutes a day. Allowing the things to come up. Flashbacks, movies, pictures in your head, thoughts coming up, internal dialogue. And it's like it's like you're watching television or you're watching a show. You're just allowing it to come up. And you're not getting involved with them. You're not, if that thought of, oh, I need to do the laundry comes up, you're not going to do your laundry. You can attend to whatever you need to after your 15 minutes or 20 minutes. But for those 15 or 20 minutes, you're not participating. You're just the observer of the thoughts coming up. And you're letting them coming up. You're not stuffing them down. You're not saying, well, that's a stupid thought, or what's wrong with me, or, well, I shouldn't be thinking that. This is another pitfall we fall into is, well, I shouldn't be thinking that. Well, no, you absolutely should be thinking about that because that's reality. That's what's happening. So whatever's coming up for you, that's correct. That's right. And your life is going to really start to change when you start actually making yourself right for everything that you do, even the things that you're not proud of. Start making yourself right for these things. That's a whole nother video. But start making yourself right for the thoughts that are coming up for you. Because when you start making yourself right, when you start allowing them to come up, and now you can work with them. Instead of being caught in this vicious cycle of thoughts coming up and pushing them away, and thoughts coming up and pushing them away, and thoughts coming up and pushing them away, because they're going to keep coming up unless you change them. And in order to change them, in order to let them go, you have to be willing to let them come up. So this is really the first step, is to sit in any comfortable position. It doesn't have to be a meditative posture. Just sit in any comfortable position, a position you'd be in if you're watching your favorite show on TV, or if you're listening to some music. Just sit in that position and just dedicate that 15-20 minutes. Like, make a decision to sit down for 15-20 minutes. This is also a pitfall I see clients fall into, is that they get up and leave in the middle of it, or they're like, oh, I can't do it. Well, no, you can. You absolutely can, and I know, and you can. So it's about making a decision to sit there for 15 minutes no matter what comes up. And no matter what comes up, you're going to sit there and set a timer. Here's another thing. Set a timer for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I'm going to go with 20 minutes here because this is really where you start to see some incredible things. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Make a decision to sit down for 20 minutes. You're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to participate in any thoughts that come up. And you're just going to allow all the images to come up in your mind, the flashbacks, the, oh, I need to go to the bathroom, or I'm hungry, or God, that person frustrates me, or my friend pissed me off the other day, or my mom said something that made me angry, or I feel frustrated with this or sad about that. Yeah, notice it. Allow it all to come up. Allow yourself to be yourself. This is for those of you who struggle with expressing yourself and being yourself, this is such a great exercise for you, because now you're allowing yourself to actually be yourself in this meditation as well. So for these 20 minutes, you're going to sit there, you're going to allow whatever to come up. You're going to set that timer, and once that timer dings, you're done. That's it. There's nothing you need to do after the 20 minutes. And what you're actually practicing here, what you're actually spending time doing, is you're actually practicing letting thoughts come up and not participating. And imagine what your day would look like if you spent more time just letting thoughts come up and not participating and not getting involved in the arguments that we manufacture in our minds, in the negative downward spirals that create for ourselves, in the self-doubt, that we talk about in our minds without even noticing. Imagine if you could go through your day without even participating. And instead you become an observer of these things. It's such a powerful place to be. This is really what being in control of yourself and your life actually is. It's not about pushing things away. Because as long as you're pushing, there's resistance, and that means you're fighting something. But when you allow things to come up, there's nothing to fight. And as quickly as those thoughts come up, they're going to go. They're going to move in and move out. Kind of like a car going by on a highway. They're going to move in, they're going to move out. They're going to move in, they're going to move out. You may have the same thought, move in and move out. You may even go down a spiral of some kind of conversation in your head. That's fine. You're going to realize it at some point and come out of it. The important thing here is to not make yourself wrong for what you're experiencing. This is really where the power is to say, oh, look at that. I talked to myself for like 5 straight minutes about like my dog or my partner or about my finances. I had a complete conversation there. Interesting that I went down that path. You see, that's the reframe. Interesting that this is on my mind. I'm curious. I wonder where that came from. I wonder what's triggering me to think about how much I hate my job or how stressed I was today, without getting lost in the content. So start here. If you're just beginning a meditation routine and you're struggling, you're getting anxious while you're meditating, you're trying to push thoughts away, you're just getting frustrated and you're struggling, it's because you haven't done this part yet. You haven't gotten here yet. Of just allowing yourself to be yourself, allowing whatever to come up. And when you get good at that for 20 minutes, I mean, I would extend this to 30 minutes. I would add 10 minutes every week on. For 30 days. Do this for 30 days. And then you can move over to letting them go. And that I'll talk about in the next video, is actually what it looks like to let the thoughts go versus pushing them away and making yourself wrong. This is really where the power is first. You got to do this first. So set a timer for 20 minutes starting today. You got to do the work in order to get the results. You're not going to get the results if you get up and walk away halfway through. You're just not. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Sit down in a comfortable position. Doesn't have to be a meditative posture. Just like I said, just sit down as if you're listening to music or watching your favorite TV show, because the meditative state is always the case anyway. Just notice that. The meditative state is already the case when you start to pay attention. So all you're doing is deliberately putting time aside to let your thoughts just run amok. Let them run amok. You may find some thoughts may come up that are shocking you, that are surprising to you. Just notice that shock, notice that surprise. Wow, I didn't know that was there. That's interesting. And then after those 20 minutes, you can do whatever you want. Maybe there's some journaling you want to do. Maybe there's some work around some of the thoughts that came up. And that would be a good time to take care of anything disturbing that came up during those 20 minutes, because this time is not about ignoring what's coming up or being in denial of what's coming up. It's just about noticing them and allowing them. That's all you're practicing here. And if something comes up that you need to take care of, do that, right? Have that conversation with your partner. Have that, tend to what you need to at your job so that you're not as stressed. Do the thing you need to do to feel better about yourself. Go exercise, go do your laundry, go to bed, do some cooking, do something nice for yourself, whatever you need to do after those 20 minutes. But it's crucial that you do not participate in those 20 minutes. And the power of this over time. You won't get anything out of it. You won't get much out of it doing it one time. It's about doing this. Do this for 30 days straight. for 20 minutes a day. It doesn't matter what time of day. Also, this is a question I get often. It doesn't matter what time of day. It can be really helpful in the morning once you wake up or right before bedtime. I always did it right before bedtime. But it really does not make a difference as long as you're setting the intention to do this for 20 minutes. So, um, I hope this is helpful. If you put in the work, what you can get out of it, I mean, I can't even put into words. It's really something sort of magical. Because imagine being in this meditative state all throughout your day, where thoughts and flashbacks are just coming up, and you're not participating. You're not getting lost in the internal arguments you're having in your head, or the angry arguments, the angry dialogue, or the self-defeating dialogue. It just comes up and passes through. I mean, what would your life be like if you stopped getting involved with the self-defeating, self-destructive thoughts? You'd probably you'd probably save a lot of energy, and you'd probably have more time to focus on what's really important to you, right? The stuff that really matters, the places where you really have control. And by doing this, you're also practicing being really present with yourself. So there's so many benefits to this. I mean, meditation is the backbone of all the work, all the personal development work. If you're out there doing it, if you're in the trenches, if you got your sleeves rolled up and you're out there, I want to feel better throughout the day. I want to feel less stressed. I want to feel more confident. You have to do this. There's no way around this. And it's so worth it what's on the other side of this. So if you have any other questions, post down below this video if you have any questions. I'm here all the time answering questions for you all, as we grow this group. And, tell me again, like, what other questions do you have so that you can make your meditation practice successful for you? Post down below. Share this video with someone maybe who's struggling as well. Maybe you have your friends who are also into personal development. They're working on bettering themselves. If you feel like this can be helpful to anyone in any way, share this video, like this video. This lets me know that you're understanding what I'm saying and this is helpful and resonating with you on some level. So like this video, share this video with those who you feel like it would be of help to. And I'll come to you next week with the next level of meditation. So we'll do this in a few parts. So this is Lydia from Beat Your Anxiety, and I hope you all have a great and powerful rest of your week.